I'm going to share today how I stay fit at 49, how I lost the weight after 3 kids, how I've kept the weight off now at almost 50 years old. I don't like to say that it's easy, although the things I'm going to share are easy and anybody can do them. But I don't like to say they're easy because I think anytime we're losing weight, getting healthy, getting fit, it takes a certain amount of mental strength and fortitude that makes something not easy. I'm a mom of three and I have lost 47 pounds after having the 3 kids, lots of inches, have kept that off for many years. Now my 3 are all teenagers. The things that I did to lose the weight and the things that I do now to keep the weight off and still feel good, feel great, have energy now at almost 50 are pretty much the same. They are things that anybody can do. There's nothing extreme. And everything I've done, I have done from home. No gym, no crazy things, anything like that. So let's get into it. Okay, first thing, maybe the most important one is, and I know everyone is like all we hear about, but it's so true, is no less than 100 grams of protein per day. Protein, protein, protein. That's number one. It's protein, protein, protein. But my goal is no less than 100 grams of protein per day, but with an aim to get anywhere from 120, 130, 140, whatever. But no less than 100. And doing that consistently, not like here and there once in a while, but staying consistent with that. That melted the weight off, the inches off. That continues to keep the weight off, the inches off. It keeps my hunger control incredible. I could do a whole separate video, and maybe I will, about the power of protein. So we won't get into it now, but it really will do so much for you. Just everything that's happening inside your body. There's so much more to it, right? Than just like eat some protein. There is a science to it that is really making changes in your brain, in your body. So no less than 100 grams of protein per day. I know it can be hard to get enough protein in per day. So like I said, I can do separate videos on the way I do it, but I really do it easy. I do supplement with protein products to help me do it. And my goal is minimum 30 grams of protein per meal. So I pretty much have similar things every single day. But the goal with each thing is at least 30 grams on each meal. So if you're having breakfast, lunch, dinner, let's say, that's 90 grams right off the bat. A couple snacks in there. I have this delicious sugar-free protein drink that I drink. It's so good. That gives me 15 grams. If I have 2 of those a day, that's another 30 grams. So anyway, really, it's not as hard as sometimes we think it is. Once you get into that habit and routine, you can do it. So that's number one. 2 is I don't drink my calories. This can be a tough one if you're somebody who loves hitting the drive-through or getting some type of frappa, whatever. I really don't do that. I don't drink my calories, and it makes a huge difference. Sometimes we don't realize, we get the whatever drink and the whipped cream and the syrups and all the things, and it can really add up. And we're like, I don't know, I'm doing everything else right. Why am I gaining weight? Or why is my midsection gaining? Why is it not coming off? Why is it not budging? That can be a big area that can be often overlooked. I do help women lose weight. For the last 13 years now, I have helped hundreds of women lose weight. So it's not just myself. I've seen it with many, many, many other women that I've helped. This can be a big area. Like sometimes it's those little things that we're not thinking about in a day that's just adding up. And it's not to say we can never have fun. It's not to say we can never have like something like that we enjoy. It's just how often are you having it, especially if you're in a moment of actively trying to drop pounds and inches and or improve your health, your energy. If you're working on a specific goal there too, your sleep is off, your hormones are off, things like that, that something like that can seem small, like what's the big deal, kind of thing, but it really can add up. Yeah, what's the big deal if you had one, in the last month or 2, 3, whatever, not a big deal. But if you're having one like a little too much, too often, that can affect things. So that is something to look at. So I don't drink my calories. Now, I do drink more than just water. Actually, I do have like fun drinks that I do like to have, and I'm happy to share that in a different video, all the different things that I have. But the things that I have, they are delicious, but they're helping me. They're helping me move towards the goal of what I want, how I want to look when I was actively losing weight, as opposed to moving me away from that goal. Third thing that I do to stay fit at almost 50, and even when I was losing my weight initially, is I make decisions based off of who I want to be, who I'm becoming, and like how I want to feel. Okay, so especially when I was overweight and I was losing weight, I at that time did not make decisions on who I was then, at the person I was. I was making decisions then, and now here I am, I've lost the weight. I make decisions based on who do I want to be? What kind of person do I want to be? So what I want to be is someone who's fit, someone who has energy, someone who can put on clothes and like how she feels and how she looks. I want energy to keep up with my kids when they were younger, and now as teenagers, very busy. I want to age feeling good, feeling good in my body. I want to sleep good. I want balanced hormones, all of those things. Like that's who I want to be. So when it's easier now. Now this is kind of like it's a muscle that I've worked so much that it's just like natural, right? It comes naturally to me, but I really had to work on this in the beginning. And then every once in a while, I got to get back to like, okay, wait, who do I want to be? Like, what kind of person do I want to be? Would the person I want to be make this decision? So in that sense, it can be easier. Again, it's not to say I don't like enjoy myself. So for example, I don't know, like if there's a big, huge thing of nachos, I will eat that, right? If we're out to eat or something. But is the person I want to be and how I want to feel somebody that's going to overeat those nachos or keep eating when I should stop? No, right? Or is the person I want to be going to order the, whatever it is at the restaurant, or have like the second helping of a piece of cake or whatever? Okay, so just making decisions on like, wait, who do I want to be? Would a fit person make this decision? Would a fit, healthy person make that decision? And that's how I do it. So honestly, it's easy for me if we go through a drive-through or something like that. I don't even get stuff from the drive-through because it's easy, because that's not someone that I don't want to feel the way I know I'm going to feel after I eat that food. And it's not something that someone that I want to be, like someone who, and now I've become that person, someone who's fit and healthy and feels good and has energy and skin's glowing and sleeping good and all those things. That person would not go through that drive-through and order all these things. I'm getting thirsty all this talking, so I'm going to make actually an iced tea. One of the things I do like to drink, and there's only, 5 calories. So again, don't drink your calories, but this is, and actually it's one of those teas that helps you burn fat, boost your metabolism, great energy, focus, all that. So it's totally good, totally fine to have. Okay, where are we? We're on number 4. I have this one and one more left to go. And this one is staying active. So it's not about a specific workout routine or anything like that, but it's moving my body, staying active. Now, I have lost all my weight without going to a gym. Okay, I've done everything from home. So if you choose to go to a gym, that's totally fine, not a problem. For me, and my life and where I live in a small town. We don't have a gym around here. Especially like when the kids were little, for me to like take 3 kids, and now I got to find something to do with them, and it just was not going to work out. So for me, from the get, when I initially lost my weight, was always from home, and still now I stay fit from home. Yeah, I do everything from home. So that's fine. If you choose the gym, you choose to go for walks, whatever you enjoy doing. Some people like to run, some people like to walk. I don't ever want to run. I do like walking. I will walk outside, but I also live where it's cold. It's currently snowy. So I have a treadmill. I got a treadmill. I got a cheap treadmill on Amazon. Honestly, it's been fantastic. So I can link one below. A rebounder, which is essentially a trampoline. I have that as well. Recently, one thing that I've started to do, actually last month I'm on month 2 of it, is I started to follow a weekly workout schedule. And I do share that, if you're interested, I do share that inside of my monthly support and accountability group. And so inside there every week, we have our workouts that we're doing for the week, and then we have our daily workouts. It's literally just press play and do the workout. Each workout's about 30 minutes, and it's fantastic. So because I knew I needed to get more back into like strength training, and which is obviously so important. And so I needed to get committed to following a schedule. And so that's what this is it broken down into what we do each day. Very easy, very fun. Love it. That has actually made a huge difference in everything. How I feel, my motivation. I was not motivated at first when I started to follow it. And I am a whole new woman this month. This is month 2 of doing it. We're going to do it again next month too. So if you're interested, I'll put a link below, but that's been great too. The point is, find what you like to do, whether that's going to a gym or doing classes or going walking outside alone with a friend, listen to a podcast, listen to the birds. You got to find what's right for you. And it's not one way or the highway. It's just like everybody's a little bit different. And then everybody's living in a different situation. Everybody's work schedule might be different, or child with their children is different, like all the things. So it's not just one way. Personally, that is why I like to do stuff at home, because I can work it around whatever's going on in my life, in my day, my kids' sports schedule, school schedule, stuff I do at home for work, like all that stuff. I recently doing this workout, following the workout calendar. Last month, I started to flip it, and I am doing it in the morning now. So where some people like to do it later on in the day. So that kind of stuff you got to find. But that tip is just staying active, whatever that is for you. And if you need help with that, I'm here. I can help you with it, but staying active. For the final tip on how I stay fit at 49, that would be I live by the 80-20. And the 80-20 rule, it's like 80% of the choices I make are good. And then 20% is whatever, and it's okay. And I don't get upset. I don't get down on myself about it, because I'm living by that, not once in a while living by that, but living that pretty much every single day. Some days it might be 90-10. I might make 90% of the choices I make is really good, and then 10's whatever, right? And maybe it's, obviously once in a while that there's the old 70-30, right? But for the most part, I'm going 80-20 or 90-10. And that just means like I'm really following what I say I'm going to do. These tips that I have said, I'm doing that, and I'm doing it day in, day out. And my meals, I'm getting that protein in, I'm not drinking my calories, I'm moving my body, I'm making good choices. All those things are happening day in, day out. And then when the moments happen, and even when I was losing my weight, I did this, and even now to keep the weight off and feel so good now at 49, I'm still living like that. So when the moments happen where, I just came back from a girls' trip, and I never was like, oh, I can't eat that, or oh, shoot, should I not have that, or whatever. Because I was okay, because I'm living the way I'm living. So I know when these moments happen, it's all right. I think most people have the number flipped around, where they're making some pretty good choices, right? There's sometimes, when I say pretty good choices, because you could say like, oh, well, I do eat healthy and I'm still not losing the weight. Okay, but let's go back to a few of the things, like, did you move your body, or how much protein did you have? And, how many calories did you drink? Like when we go to those basic things, we can see like, you thought the number was right. You thought you made mostly good choices, but actually it can be flipped around, because we didn't hit that protein number, and we did drink too many calories, or, things like that. So this is really like a simple list of things that I've just gone over here. And obviously each one I could dive into pretty deep on each one. And I'm totally happy to do that. Like I said, this is what I do. I help women lose weight. For the last 13 years, I have helped hundreds of women, and I love to do it. It's my passion. It's part of why I felt this like need and calling and like push to come onto YouTube and share, because I have so much that I could share to help people. I thought, well, I've been doing it through my social media in little bits and pieces. And I thought, like, I just feel like I want to connect more in a longer form. And I feel like that's YouTube, because I personally love to press play on YouTube and watch other women like me who just sharing, their tips and tricks and things that have worked for them in their life, and how they're working towards living their best life in their 40s, in their 50s, in their 60s, in their 70s. And I love to watch that. It's educational. Yes, it's educational, and it's inspirational, it's motivational. And it's also like that keep me company content, which is just like, put it on and kind of hanging out with somebody while I'm doing something else, folding the laundry, cleaning the house, whatever. So I hope that I can provide some of that for you. And yeah, I just feel like staying fit and losing weight, because you may have weight right now to lose weight inches, and just I know it can feel so discouraging and so hard, like it's such a big hill to climb. And you're right to feel that way. Like it's a normal and it's an okay emotion to have, because it can very much feel that way, and especially when we get into our late 40s, 50s, and beyond. And I think when we're younger, it's hard too, but it's a whole new game, is what I like to say now. Once you get over 45, even at 40, you're still doing all right. But once you get over 45, it's a whole new game. We can't play the same game. The game can still be ours. We can still feel our best and live our best life, but it's going to look different than it did before. And that's okay. We can do it. We just have to understand that how we go about things is going to be a little bit different. Like maybe you used to be able to have all the drive-through frappuccinos and fast food a couple times a week and all that stuff, and the margaritas with the whatever, right? Like the mudslide and the whipped cream. Maybe you should be able to do that, and now you can't. And it's just like we have to play a different game. It's just things change for us now when we get older. It's just how it is. That's in a very quick nutshell how I've stayed fit at 49, almost 50. And like I said, I will do videos on all the different things that we've covered to kind of give a little more talk about each one. And I hope that helps you, and I hope that you're having an awesome day. So thanks for hanging out with me. Bye.